So we continue the video that explain about the Divi music language and its ecosystem. So we covered the Divi music language in general, two composers, the two first composers that I did, that it's the composer Orchestra and the regular composer. And now there is an app that I develop, other apps also, like the composer that I also develop it, also that I can use for lectures or workshop or whatever, or for the exhibition. And here it's an app to study the syntax of the Divi music language. And it's demo. I need to update it with time. And here you can just go and learn the Divi music language by lessons. For example, first lesson, what is Divi music language? Understand what is Divi music language. Understand what Divi music language is, and what kinds of music information it can describe, whatever. And here you can play, you have examples. You can play the example, you can write it with its own composer. So it's nice. I need to update it also with the visual layer that I will explain about it now. So after I did a composer, there was a time that I was like, I saw that in Bing, if I search about the Divi music language, the Divi language, so they write the details about it, and they wrote it's a music language I developed for all the levels and all the ages. And then there was a thing that I said, but it's textual, so it's language from text. And I said, text not necessarily fit for the entire ages, because it was written about me in the web and the language, about the Divi language, that it fits for the entire ages. And I felt commitment. So I thought about it, and I developed the visual layer. And the visual layer, if you can see on the right side of this converter convert the Divi music language text to a visual layer. And you see the text on the left side, Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Si, Do, the Do major scale. And here it's written by blocks with colors, written by text and with the blocks and the colors as a visual layer. And you see quarter have a size, eighth will have a size, whole, half, that are different, and it's proportional. You see the box have here, it's divided by quarters here in this case. And you see Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Si, Do, and you can just play it. And the composer, and that's why it does fit now for the entire ages and levels. And so this function feature I used also in the composer that I did another composer after that, and it's a Composer Pro. So in the Composer Pro, it's similar to the composers we saw before. Just now, if I will write here Do, for example, for Q, it will recognize it and will give it also a visual layer dimension. You see here in this channel attached to it, and here we see the Do, and it will also play it. So, or here we can see. Here there is also in the Pro version there is also a keyboard, and the keyboard you can play, and it will add it to the text. You see, and then to the text box, and then it will be written here as a music. Also in the visual layer, and then all we can play after we compose it here, we can just play it, and play it. And here you have some examples. You can copy paste. Here I did another use for it, that you can write it with right to left languages. For example, here there is Hebrew. And if I will use it, I will go and use, instead of left to right, right to left, and I will copy paste it. So it will recognize it. Now it's written in Hebrew, and it recognizes it in the software, and I can really play it by Hebrew, and here it will play. that's the beauty. So that's the Composer Pro. Now I want to remind you that Divi Music Language cover the entire music instrument, including percussions and all the features that musical tradition musical language have, and more. And here I will do it now with percussions, and it will recognize it percussions. You see, kick, snare, and here I can replace the, instead of this piano, I use percussions, and I do play. And just a moment. Now let's do play. And so it played. You see, it's nice. So okay, and then for the ecosystem I developed even a looper, and in a looper you can play here. You have the drum pad, and it will write it for you in Divi language also. You can Divi music language text, and you can play, and it's a looper. All the functions of looper you have, and you can use it, and it's very, very, very nice. So I suggest you to check it out. So we still have some time. So that's also the looper. And in the looper, you will do a loop with channel. You see the looper timeline. It's one channel we already wrote there something that it was from the pad of the drums. It was insert to the Divi text, and you can do it like that, or we can write it by ourselves. So, or you can do it like that. And that's the looper. In the looper, we already have a function that you can record also audio. Maybe even MIDI, if I'm not wrong, but there is an option for music for sure that you can play the music with the keyboard that here and the drum. You can play it live and record it. And the channels, you will see audio channel and Divi music language and music. Here no MIDI, but in the studio version we will add with MIDI too. So that's the looper. Again, now if you want, I already did translated with the ChatGPT some music. I did a book of solo masterpieces from public domain, and there are you can say 5 books inside of this book that it's also in my blog. You can find it. And the 5 books will cover piano, violin, cello, flute, and guitar. And that's what we have here meanwhile. And like that, if you want, you can find it in my blog. And then you see here, it's all by Divi music language. So all of it we can just copy paste now and use. We can play it directly if we want for ourselves. That's basically why it's here, that you can learn music and play the music and enjoy all by the Divi music language. And that's the looper. So if I would go and take and copy paste it to the Composer Pro that we have, so it will play it here. You see it's all written here by also visual channel. You remember also by musical degrees and all this, and multilingual by other languages, Chinese, Japanese, Hebrew now here. All this exists in this Composer Pro and more. So I suggest you to check it out if you're interested. And now it basically, I do it with my cell phone, so maybe it's too heavy for it now. But you see, it plays it. We don't hear, I will tell you why, because it's on percussions, and when I will open it on piano, it will play it. Now it should play it. What? Here, because it was written from the keyboard, it's copied it. And, so let's now try to, and then I will cover a runner and we finish. So basically it should play it now and should not be problem. Here there is another function that if you write it right hand or left hand, so it recognizes it and it gives it already a line in the piano, and that's very nice. So that's the thing. Here I need to fix it. You see there is a thing here with this box, and how I copy paste it, and then I played with the keyboard. It inserted a note, so it doesn't play it now, but it should play. I want to cover another.